Yo, yo, what's happening, Warriors? You got A to the D, the NBA contributor. Now, today is a live show. The fellas will be joining me shortly. But first, we're going to jump in to our throwback player of the day.
Yeah, they call me The Rock.
Second year in the NBA, in the lane from... Nice head fake up between. Washington drives, fade away, got it.
The shot clock running out, and he just creates the shot. He is the guy.
Mitch friggin' Richmond. One of the better two guards who battled against Michael Jordan for a couple years. 6-time NBA All-Star. 4 times, I'm sorry, NBA champ with the Lakers. The guy had phenomenal game. He was 1/3 of Run TMC. For those who don't know, Run TMC was back in the day with the Warriors. He was probably one of the better, if not probably the second or third best shooting guard at the time that Michael Jordan had to face. And because of that, I will always be indebted to him as a person who went at MJ. He's a career 20,000 point scorer, 3,000 rebounds, and 3,300 assists. Mitch Richmond. Let's give it up for Mitch Richmond, y'all.
Yeah, that was a bad boy. Sweet jumper. Played both ends of the court. He was hard to handle on offense, man. His offensive game was so nice, so pure. You know, most people just think as a shooter, but he used to put on Jordan on the floor too and get to the hole. He wasn't no explosive athlete. He wasn't dunking on nobody or anything like that, but he would definitely take you to the cup. Just all around bucket getter though, especially when they were running and gunning like that in Golden State. And then when he went to Sacramento, he really became kind of like the man because he had to be then. But man, Mitch was a cold man.
He definitely was. When I think about it, I'm like, yo, for what he did at that time, I don't think that there was anybody close to like that can play as well as he could play at that time on par with Jordan. But the messed up part was because he played all the way in Sacramento, You know what I'm saying? You didn't see their games on TV because nobody trying to watch Sacramento because they weren't that great of a team. But Mitch Richmond was that great of a player, especially if he scored 20,000 points. So he got to be a good player to hit that many, to score that many points. So, man, oh man. All right. Huh?
Definitely was a hooper.
Definitely. So we're going to jump into this right away.
Three-pointer off the mark. Rebound deflected. Chased down. Saved by Grimes to Fontecchio. Knocked away. Hartenstein picks it up. Out to DiVincenzo. 10 seconds ago, he throws it away. Ball loose. Picked up by Brunson. Brunson inside to Hart. Hart's banks it in. And a foul. Knicks take the lead. Monty Williams is furious. He thought a foul should have been called. There was so much contact.
I had so much to say about that because I know the league, if not already, are going to come out and apologize and say that they missed the call. But personally, if the referee is right there and he doesn't make that call when it's an obvious foul, he should be either suspended or fined, because there's no way that you miss that call. I don't care if you for the Knicks or for the Pistons. You want to see a good game called, and that was terrible for this man to dribble the ball, even though he did lose the ball, granted, or he was in the process of losing the ball. This dude literally is tackled, and there's no call being made, like none whatsoever. So in my opinion, Monty Williams has every right to lose a gasket over that non-call because it should have been a foul call.
I agree with you 100%. There has to be something called these refs. They got to be held accountable for this kind of stuff. I'm not saying Detroit's a great team or anything like that. It's not going to affect their season or anything like that, but it could affect the Knicks season with the loss. You know what I'm saying? That could have put them in a different category or something like that. Take the L. I understand that they're trying to, help them win, but this shit has to stop because it's too blatant now. It's just like out and open. We know it's a lot of betting and gambling going on in these games and stuff like that, but for the refs to be so tied in and, literally we could watch it and see them, phantom calls or not calling a call, not calling a travel, this little things that they're doing to help the other team win is it's getting out of control at this point. The offense is already, above the defense, so the defense is a handicap. What more do you need to help them for? You know what I'm saying? If the team ain't good enough to win, they just ain't good enough to win. It was their night.
Right, and the thing that was so crazy about, as I was watching the game, I'm like, yo, Detroit really about to beat these dudes. And then it just went from that to shambles in a matter of seconds. Now, granted, Detroit couldn't get a rebound, but if that foul is called, Detroit is up 1. They go to the free throw line, shoot 2, possibly make one, if not 2. Then it's a 3-point ball game, and then the Knicks got to score a 3-pointer or hit a 2-pointer. Worst case scenario is a 1-point game. And so the whole trajectory of the game changed off of that one play. Because then New York gets an and one, and it's just like, yo, what is happening right now? Because this is not making no sense. Like, as a basketball fan, like I didn't root for the Knicks or the Pistons. I'm just saying, as a basketball fan, watching the play happen, it was like crazy. Because I'm like, yo, how do you not call anything? Call it on somebody. But then for you to get an and one, right? But you call an and one.
Something has to be called. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that should be the no call. If you didn't call that one, that it has to be a no call.
Exactly. Like that's the only thing that makes logical sense in that situation is that if you didn't call a foul here, how do you call an and one on that play when the contact was way more on the previous play than it was on the and one call? And I'm just like, come on, man. Mm-hmm. Like this, something got to give, man. As a basketball fan of the game, like this stuff needs to stop. Like, because it's not like you said, they making it too obvious at this point. Like, it's not even trying to hide it no more, because we know for a fact that this dude was fouled. You didn't call it because you wanted the Knicks to win. But then you come out the next day, say, it was a call that should have been made. But what good is that going to do Detroit because they lost the game?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like you said, you can't come out the next day and say that. Just don't say anything at all.
Basically, don't say nothing.
It was a missed call. We seen it was a missed call. We know that. I mean, we don't know how you missed it. That's the point. You need to give us a better excuse than it's a missed call. You need to tell us, like, look, we didn't call the foul because we want the game to, go into overtime or something like that. Give me some kind of reason like that. Don't tell me you just missed the call and it was sent right in front of you.
Yeah, that pissed me off last night watching that game. I was just like, okay. So, as you can see, the commissioner stated that he wants to make some changes to kind of slow down the offense so much. I mean, to a point where the defenses are starting to make an impact on the games. Because right now it doesn't appear that the defenses are making any type of impact in the game. And so what rule would you like to implement to try to help the defenses out right now?
Hard fouls? No. Hand checking. I think hand checking is going to be the only thing that could really help them. You know what I'm saying? Because these players, they get the free will to move the ball. But if you got that little hand on them, or you could, get more body up onto them, you know what I'm saying, with the touching. Because all these little, I can't touch you, that's there's nothing you can do. You have to offensive mercy, so it's got to be hand checking.
Okay, I agree with you. Yeah, it does because like you said, the players have the free range to move about so easily because you can't come close to touching them. The thing that I would do is say, hey, you can put your hands on them a little bit, but you can't hold it there for like more than 2 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like you could put them on there, put your hand on it, but snatch it back. Put them on and snatch it back, but you can't keep your hand on them.
Right. You
know what I'm saying? Like because in a sense, like if you hold, it's almost like if you keep it there too long, you're holding them. Like, I don't want you to hold them. I want you to like be able to keep them in front of you. But if he's that good of a player, he's gonna still get around you. But you do have some type of advantage by putting your hand on them.
Basically, we want a little bit of playground ball, how we play. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We ain't calling all these touch fouls and shit like that. We're trying to hoop. That's it. Let these players hoop. It's going to be contact. They're going to bump each other. I think 90% of players would prefer, the contact and, to get really into the game like that. Well, back then, I don't know now. Nowadays, these players probably don't want to be touched or anything. So who knows?
No, I don't think so. I don't think they want to be touched. I think I would try to change 2 rules. Well, not try to change it. I would try to enforce them. I would enforce carrying the ball more, and I would enforce traveling more. Those are 2 of the most blatant calls that aren't called at all. Like the amount of carries that is out of control. Like I know Iverson took it to a place, but like now, if you watch it, like they're not even trying to like hide it now. Like they're literally putting the ball on their shoulder. I mean, on the hip. Dribbling. I'm like, yo, this is a carry. Like, why are they not calling this? That's just what I would try to do. I would try to enforce the carrying and enforce the traveling a little bit more. Like, you taking 5 and 6 steps. Like, come on now. Like, that has to be called. Like, you need to call that.
Yeah.
The ball, if the ball is on your hip, like you're holding it on your hip, that should be called the carry. Like, they need to do something. Because some of these jokers, it's not even funny. Like, they're going to hold the ball there because they know that's not going to get called.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me. And I look at it as a fan of the game, and the fan of the game states that the way that these guys are doing certain things, I will also try to look into that freaking step back as a travel as well, because go ahead.
Look, I understand what you're saying. Some players do it correctly, some players don't. They just need to call travel when it's travel. And that will eliminate all this. You know what I'm saying? Call travels, like you're saying. Call carries, call travel and travel. A lot of these step backs, I can see the travel. Some of them, it's their gather step. I see it. But a lot of them, you take it 3 or 4 steps. Like James Harden sometimes, he gets away with it. Not as much now, but I know what you mean. But if they just call travel all around the board correctly, because even driving to the cup, they be taking extra steps and shit half the time. Or just holding the ball, they just be shuffling around. Like, come on. You got to call something.
Because they know it won't be called. That's why they do it. Because think about it. If you knew that if you won't get called for it, you'd be like, all right, I'm going to just not do it as much or try not to do it at all because I don't want to stop a possession for us that have an opportunity to score because of my turnover. But again, if the refs allowing it to happen, it's going to keep on happening.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. And that's why I have my issue with is because it's too inconsistent. These referees have been way too inconsistent. So even if you are able to change rules within the game to help the defense out to a certain extent, I feel like the referees are still going to help the offense even more now because now they know there's a jeopardizing factor of the offense not being able to score because of the rule changes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know where we go with it, but it needs to be fixed and fast. All right. So what is going on with all this WWE fighting foolishness, man? I kind of like it in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of bringing back that old feel to the game, but then I don't because we already know there will be no punches thrown. We already know it's just going to be pushing and shoving. And we already know for the most part that players won't be suspended. You know what I'm saying? It'll be on rare occasions like last night, they were able, meaning the league did suspend, I think, like 5 players in total. Like Jimmy Butler and a couple other players, and I think 2 players from the Pelicans. But for the most part, like, I like it. I like it because I like the old school feel of it, but I don't like it because we already know it's not going to go nowhere.
Yeah, so are you, like, the point is, like, some of these players are fighting, like, because of shooting the last second shot, stuff like that. So to me, it's like, I don't know what you mad for. Me, I'll play the game ain't over till the damn shit goes to 0. If you mad because I'm out here dunking or scoring, then stop me. Simple as that. Don't get mad. One, you mad because you're getting your ass beat. That's what it is. And I'm still out here scoring. That's all it is. You want to be a sport? That's fine with me.
But it's like an unwritten rule that if you up by so much, you shouldn't still keep trying to score because you're trying to embarrass the other team. But I'm with you. Stop me. Like, if you don't want me to score,
exactly.
Stop me.
And what do fans come to see? Fans want to see us score. They don't want to see us standing there holding the ball.
Right.
They come to see people score with the ball. That's it. They want to see highlight dunks. If you want to stand at the end of the game and let me dunk the ball, cool. Move out the way. I'm dunking.
Okay, because I was about to ask you a question about that. I was going to say, what if you was like a bench player that didn't get no tick and you got in the game with like 5 seconds left to go?
I'm showing out. If I could do the craziest dunk I can, I'm showing out. I'm sure. Coach, they probably just gonna put me back in the game. Simple as that.
Right.
If I get my little 5 seconds shine, I'm shining. Don't even throw me the ball. I'm going straight to, I'm trying to because look, you know at the end of the game, those little players get in. Like, man, you gonna put me in 10 seconds left? You gonna put me in now? All right, I'm gonna show you what I'm doing in these 10 seconds. Watch. I'm gonna do something. You shouldn't put me out here. You could have left these other players just to stay in there for 10 seconds.
Because think about it like this. What's the likelihood of you going to get that clock some more? You know what I'm saying? So to me, I'm with you. If I got 10 seconds or 5 seconds to go, I'm going to try my best to score. I'm sorry if I got y'all upset or pissed off or whatever, but I might not get back. Like, y'all are playing every night. I'm not playing every night. So I'm going to try to get my bucket in so I can put my name in the scoring column. So, hey, at least I scored tonight. Because I don't know when I'm going to get back in the game again. Y'all going to get back in the game tomorrow night. I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
Even I wasn't a bench player. Like Zion, when he went and dunked in Phoenix and started screaming, I'm doing it. This is what I'm doing. Y'all was talking all that shit last year. What you talking now? You ain't saying shit. This is a whole new year. I don't want to hear that shit from last year. This is what I'm doing right now. If you don't like it, then stop me. Simple as that. I don't hear nothing else. You go to your blogs, tweet, do whatever you want. And I'll see you. I'll just keep posting that dunk that I did every time. That's going to be my reply.
Makes sense to
Come
me.
to see, man. They don't come to see this shit.
Because to me, I think it's a dumb rule. Like, I understand why they don't do it or why players don't do it, but to me, it's a dumb rule because there's still time left on the clock. Like, regardless of how you feel about it, if that's the decision that you and your team decide to do, that's fine. But I was always taught you play until that clock hits 0-0-0-0. Now, if you decide you want to dribble the ball out, hey, cool, that's on you. Now, as a coach, am I wrong for telling my team to keep on playing to the end? Depending on the score. If we up by 50, no, I'm not going to do it. Dribble the clock out.
I'm still doing it. I don't care. We won't lose by 50, I tell you that. That'll be my motto. We didn't lose by 50, did we? Y'all was okay with losing by 50. I ain't okay with losing by 50.
Right. I'm gonna tell them to keep on playing. Like, I'm not. Why would I tell you
Right.
to stop? Like, no, that doesn't make sense. Like, I'm not telling you to stop. That don't make sense. Like, you play until there's no more time left on the clock. And if you don't want me to score, just like old boy did from the Hornets, he blocked the shot. Now he got mad about it because Quinones tried to score, but he don't play that often. So, like, why? How can I get mad at a dude that don't get a lot of burn? Like, he just trying to put his name in the paper, or they don't even use papers no more. He's trying to put his name in the score box or box score. So why am I going to be mad about that? Now, if it's a dude that's like scoring every night, dude, why are you trying to score? Like, you just really trying to get your average. Come on. But if it's a dude I know that don't score a lot, I can't get mad at him for that because he's trying to just put his name in the paper. I don't know, but people take it like to heart, and I just find it tremendously dumb because why? It doesn't matter. Like, one way or another, it's not going to determine the outcome of the game, obviously, at this point. So whether this person scores or that person scores, the game is over essentially. So why does it matter if he scores another 2 points?
That's how I feel. What you get mad for? That's what I'm saying. What you get mad for?
It doesn't matter. Like, the game is over with, and you sitting up here going to try to get mad at me because I'm still trying to score points. Okay. It's part of the game, so whatever. All right. So we have a couple of teams that are flirting with good records right now, right? So which team do you feel like is going to be the next team that could put away or put together 5 or 6 wins? In the East or West, it's up to you. You can make your decision or who you think.
I was going to say my Mavs, they was on a good streak, but they just lost by a half-court buzzer beater to the Cavs just right now.
Oh, man.
Half-court. But I'm still – I like the Mavs. I like what they did at the trade deadline by picking up was it Gafford and PJ.
PJ Williams.
They got more athleticism. They got more scoring down low. They got more defense, which I think they really needed. And they're just a big team all around now. They got players that's coming off the bench. They're deep. They got depth. You know, Kyrie's been playing good. He's healthy. His numbers are up. Luka's doing Luka. And basically, as long as Tim come off the bench and still doing what he's doing, and Green, I like Green. And I like I think they're a good team. It's gonna with matchups when it comes to playoffs, but I wouldn't want to match up with them because they got 2 bona fide scorers, and you know how Kyrie gets when he gets in the playoffs. It's a different level. He's a different man. Luka too. So man, they scary. I'm gonna go with them for the West and out the East. And even with Julius Randle out, I like what the Knicks look like. They're still looking pretty good, and he should be coming back pretty soon. So I think they might be able to pull off some couple games out here. Because I like what they did at the playoff deadline too.
But the only thing with Julius is that they say he might require shoulder surgery. So the thing is, if he requires shoulder surgery, the season is double. It's done. He's done. So hopefully he doesn't go to that route, because if he does, that's pretty much it for him for the year.
Yeah, I know that one. Damn.
Yeah. So that will affect the Knicks. That will affect the Knicks if he decides to get that surgery done. The team I do like in the West I think Sacramento is one of those teams that's going to surprise a couple people. So right now they're sitting in 7th spot at 33-24, a game behind the Pelicans at 34-24. I think their time is coming. I think now they got the All-Star break out the way. I think they about to shoot it. And I think they're going to surprise a couple of teams because they're like 6 games back of the 3rd spot, which is the Nuggets at 39-19. I don't know. I have a lot of faith in Golden State. In Sacramento. I think they're going to put some people on notice in these next couple of weeks. And I think they're going to shoot up the charts.
Coming into the season. I thought
Right,
there's going to be at least top 5 team, top 4. I don't know. They're just too inconsistent. I thought last year, De'Aaron Fox took a step forward. Now it seems like he just says that even kill, he was content with what he did last year. Because to me, he ain't really getting no better. I thought, after going through that playoff series, them going to get Steph and all of them, I thought they was going to come back and be like, yeah, it's time. We ready. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll say this. If they can get to that 6th spot, I think they'll be good. I don't want to see them in that 7 through 10 spot, because if they get in that 7 through 10 spot, I don't think they're going to do anything. I think they're going to be 1 and done. Or maybe 2 and done. But if they can get in that playoff spot, I think they're going to be fine. It's just a matter of them getting into that 6th
You
spot.
don't think they'll come out in the play-in?
Say it again?
If they play in the play-in, if they're in the play-in, you don't think they can make it out?
Okay, so I'm going to run this down to you. So you have Sacramento, Dallas, the Warriors, and the Lakers right now. Which one of them teams you think they could beat 2 games or a game in a row? Because they got the 7th spot. So if they win, they in. But if they lose, they drop to play either Golden State or the Warriors.
So one
and
game
one is a one-game
now,
deal.
Yeah, if it started right now, they're playing the Lakers.
Right. Right.
I think that they could beat the Lakers.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think they can.
I never was sold on the Lakers, so I mean,
I'm not either. But I just think that if it's because look at it like this: you got LeBron James and you got De'Aaron Fox. Now, if the Lakers win, they got to win another game to move up again. But if Sacramento wins, the Lakers are out. No way in the world they're going to try to see the Lakers get out after one game, because that's going to be a hit to his legacy, and the Lakers are going to look bad. They always want the Lakers in the playoffs no matter what. So that's why I said, if it's the one game, I don't think they're going to allow the Lakers to lose. I mean, two games. Well, one game, they're going to let the Lakers win that game. Just think about all them years in Sacramento when they had opportunities to beat the Lakers and how they all fell apart because of some foolishness. It's going to be the same thing. Yeah, so that's why I said if they got to play the Lakers, the Kings are going to lose that game. And the Lakers are going to play again, and they're going to probably wind up getting the 8th spot. Now, if Dallas and the Lakers play in that game, that 7-10 game, I think Dallas will have a better opportunity to beat the Lakers than I will give Sacramento.
That game shouldn't even be close if Dallas played them.
I would agree. It shouldn't be. It should not be.
That's not a good matchup for Lakers.
Not at all. Not at all. Because them guards are going to kill them.
Yeah.
It's not going to be funny. They are going to get killed out there. So that's why I'm like,
yeah, that's a bad matchup for the Lakers.
That's a horrible matchup for the Lakers. If Dallas can move up to 7, it's going to be bad for them all the way around.
Best matchup for the Lakers is Golden State.
Yeah. But according to you saying 7-10 play, 8-9 play. So Dallas against the Warriors, I don't think that's a good matchup for the Warriors either.
Me either. I don't think Dallas is a good matchup for a lot of teams out here.
Yeah. Because Kyrie and Luka are going to kill. And then you have Steph. And then you going to keep Clay on the bench, or you going to have him come off the bench still?
He's been looking good coming off this bench. I mean,
Okay.
I got to go with what's been giving us wins and, you know, how he's been playing. He feel comfortable coming off the bench. I'm keeping him off the bench. His shooting numbers up. His scoring's up. He's not looking like the old Clay, but he looking like a productive member. You know, you averaging over 20 points and shooting, you know, at least 40 from the three and, you know, at least 45 from the field. You ain't in your 30s and 20s no more.
Right. So that could work. That could work. I don't know. It just would be interesting to see that, like, that matchup. But in the East, I will probably have to go with I think Miami gonna rattle off some games pretty soon. Because this is what they do. They wait till this time of the year, and for whatever reason, they just start getting hot. It never fails. Jimmy Butler, stinking self, is gonna find a way to start getting stuff done, and they're gonna be a problem. And that's why I can say
4-game win streak right now, so
I could easily see him pushing that to 7 games, 7 to 8 game winning streak. That's why I said that the Miami Heat is going to be one of those teams. I think that's going to put together a winning streak, a nice one.
let me see. Who they got coming up? Who they playing? You know?
Yeah, I'm about to tell you. Give me 1 second.
I got it up. Okay, they playing Portland. That's a win.
When?
They got to play Denver.
Might not be. The Jazz could be a
Utah,
win.
Detroit,
Yep. Win.
Dallas, OKC, and Washington. And then
Win
Denver
against
again. They got a tough schedule.
They definitely got a tough schedule coming up. But I think they're going to beat either the Nuggets.
You think
They
they
can
can beat
beat
the
the-
Nuggets?
Yeah, either the Nuggets or the Mavs or the Thunder. They're going to beat one of them 3.
They have to.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know which of them 3, but they're going to beat one of them 3.
I'm going to say going to lose all 3 of them, but
Jimmy ain't going for that. It was one thing I admire about him. He ain't going for that losing foolishness. That's what I
I
respect.
forgot they got Scary Terry too.
Yeah,
So he need to come to how he was playing when he was with, you know,
Boston.
with Charlotte. No, with Charlotte. He was hooping for Charlotte. He was averaging a good 23. He was balling.
He ain't gonna be able to average that now, though.
Yeah, but he needs to be shooting better. Let me put it that
Yeah.
way. He need to be more productive. Shooting percentage needs to be better. Turnovers not so much because they got him starting at the point. I don't know. I don't like to see him coming off the bench. Maybe that'll be a better role for him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's a starter.
He should be. So right now they have him averaging 13 points a game. Now I don't know if that's because since he got to Miami or that's what he's been averaging throughout the whole entire season. So I'm not sure. But I do like him, and I do think that's going to help him out a whole lot. So right now I think that starting lineup is Bam, Hero, Butler, Hawkins, and probably Scary Terry. Or Caleb Martin might even be starting. So,
No, he go up the bench.
okay, so Caleb Martin come off the bench. Yeah, so that might be that starting.
You
five.
said it right. It was Hero,
Yeah.
Terry, Bam, Jimmy, and Hosquez.
I was trying to see if they played
Jamie
tonight.
Perez.
Hold on.
No, they played yesterday.
Okay, that's what it was. All right. So that's what I
They
was
play
trying to see if they
tomorrow.
play- Okay.
Oh, they do play tonight. They play Portland tonight.
Okay, so let me go
They
back
on the
to
back to back.
So let me go back to yesterday and see who they had to start lineup yesterday.
Well, Jimmy out. They got all these players because of the
that's
suspension
right.
now.
That's right. So Bam dropped 28 yesterday, so that was good numbers for him. And they beat Sacramento. What is going on?
Bad too.
Like, this should not be happening
Without
right
all
now.
the players.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Sacramento's supposed to take that game easily. But, all right. So So do you think that there
bench
was
didn't do anything.
was new? So do you think there was any truth to the LeBron Golden State trade?
I have to say, yeah. It's a little something going on. It was fishy with it.
I would definitely.
I think. I mean, depending on who Golden State would have to give up, I think they'll put them as a good contention. Because I think LeBron James at this stage of his career need to be surrounded by shooters. And Golden State definitely got shooters. As long as they keep playing, of course they're gonna keep Curry, but as long as they keep Curry and Clay,
Right.
everybody else, But those are two bona fide shooters. LeBron James ain't never had no, besides Ray Allen when he had Ray Allen, but no two shooters like that on the squad to just kick it out to 24/7. I don't know how you defend that.
I don't think you can. I don't think it'll take you back to almost those Miami Heat days when he had Ray and D Wade out there. You can't really double team him or try to double him because, like you said, he's gonna kick it out to the corners. So it would have been reminiscent to those days. I definitely agree that there was some type of truth to it, and I feel like they called his bluff about, hey, if you want to be traded, go out there and look for a trade partner, and we will make this thing happen for you. I definitely think so. I definitely think they
Golden State wanted to give anything up.
I think it depended on who they had to give up to get him. I'm not sure who they would have had to have given up to get him, but it wasn't any players that they wanted to give up. Because think about it though, if it was players that they wanted to give up, he would have been traded to Golden State easily. But it was players that they didn't want to give up for him, or it might have been the amount of players they were going to give up for him. Because think about it, if he leaves, Anthony Davis leaves too. Because at that point, you're saying unless you're going to surround everybody around Anthony Davis. Not saying you couldn't do it, but
he's been healthy this year. He's been playing, more games. Consistency, it's a little better, but I wouldn't consider him, the star of my team. I don't think I'll build a team around him, especially at this point of his career.
But what would be your other alternative, to trade him too?
No, I mean, I just think you got to get another superstar.
Oh,
hopefully, I mean.
Okay, so if you could magically supplant a superstar onto that Lakers roster with Anthony Davis, who would it be? Who would you put on that team?
It'll have to be a guard, a good guard. Trae Young. I can see like a Trae Young going there because he's a shooter and he's, he gets the ball. He's, assist. Tyrese Halliburton, someone like that, Luka, some kind of guard that could score and also, dish. He has to be a passing person.
Okay, so he has to be have the ability to score and pass.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think D'Angelo Russell good, but he's just not, consistent enough. You know what I mean?
Right. And
he's a little small.
I like D'Angelo Russell. I don't understand like why everybody's always leaning on him like that though. I don't get it. I think he's a good player in my opinion, but there's a lot of people always leaning on him. Yeah, about what he's not doing. I'm just like, yo, he's not that bad of a player in my eyes. I think he's a pretty good player to be honest with you. But people don't rock with him for some reason. So, but I don't know if it was me, I would have to get somebody trajectory like moving towards a star, like a superstar. So I would probably try to go after somebody like Anthony Edwards, because like you said, I don't know how much longer you're gonna give Anthony Davis to be playing. So if you go get Anthony Edwards, you definitely got that star shining bright. And at that point, all you got to do is surround him with pieces, and you go from there. And I don't think it would be that difficult for you to surround him with different players. And you can definitely get another superstar towards the end of Anthony Davis' career, trade him out, bring somebody else in,
right?
And You know what I'm saying? Before you know it, you right
You
back
got a
where you
good
started.
10 years.
Right.
10 years on Anthony Edwards. But like we was talking earlier, and you brought up his name, he injured right now. He just got hurt. Edwards.
Yeah.
Ankle. Had to go back to the locker room.
Anthony Edwards?
Yeah. And we were saying, like earlier today, we were talking about players being healthy. He hurt. Just got hurt today.
Man, oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Comes with the territory, so there's nothing you can really do about it, but goodness gracious. All right, so now we see the Warriors constantly struggling, and they won tonight. Fortunately for them, it was a bad team, though. Do you think that they can muster up enough games to go to the playing or go to be in the play-in game?
Who?
The Warriors. You think they could be in the play-in game?
Yeah,
Because right now,
I think they're gonna end up at 9. I don't think they're moving up.
okay, so right now they're at 9. So you don't think they're gonna go
Yeah, I
higher?
don't think
Okay.
I think they're gonna be jockeying for the 9th, 10th position for the rest of the season right now. I don't think they're getting no higher than this.
Okay. So
I
like
don't
right
see
now,
them- they're not better than Dallas, Sacramento, New Orleans, Phoenix. I don't think so. So I think they're gonna be in that spot.
all right. So
Hell to come.
tomorrow they play the Knicks. Thursday they play the Knicks. So that could be a winnable game. Then they play the Raptors. Then they play the Celtics. Then they play the Bucks. Then they play the Bulls. That's a tough little stretch.
2 out of I see him going 2 for 4. 2 and 4.
Yeah, that's a
I
rough
think they
little
could
stretch.
beat the Bulls, and I think they could beat one other person you said.
The Raptors.
Yeah, the Raptors.
You think
I
they
think
could-
they could beat
You
them.
think they could beat the Knicks?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
they got a chance, but I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they can. I think they can be 500 in the next 6 games. I think they can do that. But I do think that because of the situation that they're in right now at 9, I think that's probably where they're probably gonna wind up ending. Because I don't think they're gonna be better than the Mavericks right now. But the funny part is I can see them being an 8 seed or 7 seed because once you get in the play-in is, you know what I'm saying, 1 game or 2 games and you in.
Yeah.
I can see them win.
I can see them winning.
Yeah, I can see them winning a play-in game for either the 7th or 8th spot.
Me too.
So that's why I say I think you're correct. I don't think they're gonna get any higher or any lower, but because of their experience, I think that they can win either that 7th or 8th spot. And so, yes, I do think they'll be in the play-in game. And I do think
where the Knicks looking, everybody out. OG Anunoby out, Jalen Brunson out, Isaiah's out, Julius Randle's out.
who's not out? Yeah, who's not out for them? So, like, if the playoffs were to start today, what would be the matchup that you would like to see right now between 2 teams? East or West, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter the seeds, just I could put any 2 teams together.
If you put any 2 teams together that you want within the top 10 in each division, but you're picking the teams that you want to see within the conference.
I'm gonna give you 2 matchups from the East and 2 matchups from the West. What I want to see.
Okay.
Okay. The first matchup is a healthy Boston versus Milwaukee, of course. I gotta see that. That has to be. We have to see that matchup.
Okay.
Just because of the trade, and I love the way Boston looks. And with a healthy Kristaps, man, that's going to be a matchup to see. to me. I just want to see them battle out. And I don't know if Julius was healthy, I would like to see them go against Cleveland again. I like that matchup when they went last year. I thought it was pretty good because it was a lot of beef. That's what I liked about it. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I thought
I
thought you was gonna pick Boston and Indiana, or Indiana and Milwaukee because of what happened during the play. That's why I thought you would pick one of them.
Yeah, that would be good too. It's some good matchups that we can match up with. Then out in the West, man, I really would like to see Phoenix and the Clippers. I gotta see that matchup. It's gotta be a matchup. But Phoenix has to be healthy, man. They have to have Bradley Beal, and he has to be healthy.
Agreed.
Because I just want to see one, because James Harden, you know what I'm saying? KD, they was on like the same team together, and both of them, you know, it's kind of like we both trying to get to the same spot, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's either gonna be me or you, and then you got Russ over here too. That you know him and KD don't get along on the court. And then Kawhi, just the silent assassin. You got PG. I love the Clippers. Man, I love the Clippers.
That has to be.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I would like to see Denver and OKC. Because I like the way Chet plays against the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Every time they match up, Chet be balling. And I think with SGA, I don't know if Denver could beat them. Just don't know. That's why I want to see it.
OKC is kind of deep too. They kind of deep. So
and they can match up with them at every position.
That's what I'm saying.
SGA is the X factor for them, because I don't think Jamal could. I don't know what's going on with him now. Hopefully, it's after the All-Star game, so he's ready to hoop. But he's been very inconsistent. But SGA's been very consistent.
All season, the last couple of seasons, to be honest with you.
I want to see them soon.
The matchup I want to see in the East, I want to see that Indiana and Milwaukee. I got to see that again. After all that foolishness that happened, I got to see that again. I got to see how this thing about to play out, because I know it's going to be some fist flying in that series. Then also want to see the Heat Boston again. I definitely want to see that matchup again. Even though that I think whenever they play together or play against each other, it's always a fun series. And Boston always gets the best of Miami and vice versa. So that would be the two series I would want to see in the East. And then in the West, I'd like you, but I want to see the Clippers and Phoenix play for the Western Conference Finals. I want to see the winner, whoever wins that, to go to the finals. I don't want that to be in the second round or the first round. Like, I don't want to see that matchup in the first round. I'm gonna be pissed. I want to see that in the later. Like, I want to see that to be the conference championship right there. That series right there. Then the other one I'm kind of looking forward to is I want to see the Pelicans match up with the Mavericks. I think that'll be a great series right there. The guard play is going to be great on both sides of the ball. You're going to have Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and CJ McCollum going up against Kyrie, Luka, Lively. Like, I think that's going to probably be one of the funner series if that happens between the Pelicans and Mavericks. I definitely want to see that one happen out of all of them, because to me, that those two teams going backwards and forwards would be something to watch. But that Clippers Suns has to be in the Western Conference Finals. It cannot be in the first or second round. That has to be for the championship, because if that happens in the first or second round, I'm gonna be so hurt, because we're gonna be robbed of something that's gonna be so compelling, or that would have been so compelling, of a series between two juggernaut teams. Essentially, you got KD, you got Bradley Beal, you got Devin Booker going up against Russ, Kawhi, PG, James Harden. Like that is going to be,
Mhm.
man. That's why it has to be the last. That's like
And-
the winner take all fight.
Right, and ways match it up. That's the way it's looking. 4-5, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 4-5. But that could be the first round series though. If that's 4-5.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It could be 4-5. So you know who I'm scared for Phoenix to play in the first round besides the Clippers? I don't want to see them play Clippers first round.
Dallas.
The other team they can't play the first. Yeah, they can't play Dallas.
Yeah. They cannot because they're gonna be in
Luka
trouble.
be cooking.
Yo, they gonna be in trouble. After he put up that performance, they do not want to see them first round. They do not want to see Dallas. I don't know what it is, but Luka got that number. Yo, they would be out of there so fast. Like it wouldn't even be funny how fast they'd be out of there.
Yo,
And there's nothing they could do either.
he be like,
For real.
and he be talking that shit.
Most definitely. All right. So once Steph, LeBron, and KD leave, who do you think is going to be the face of the NBA? It could be multiple if you think, you know what I'm saying? It don't have to be one. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
who do you think?
I don't think it's going to be a face of the NBA no more. Like, we used to have Magic, Bird, then we had Mike, then we had Kobe, then we had LeBron. Now, towards LeBron, like I said, mid-career, Steph started coming in. So, I don't think we're really going to have faces no more. I just think we're going to have a lot of players that people look up to and really like because of like social media. I don't think it's ever going to be a face of the NBA, someone that we could look to say, that's the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's carrying the torch for the NBA, this player. One, because I don't think anybody really wants it like that either. You know what I'm saying? Like LeBron James, you could tell he wanted to be the face of the NBA. He wanted to be the best player. These players, they just want to be good, get their money, go kick it, have fun, you know, do what they do, get likes on social media, stuff like that, which is cool. Hey, do you? But I don't think it's going to be anything like we're used to seeing where we got one player that is just above all head and shoulders. It's too much talent now. That's what I think.
I kind of agree with you because when you had sent that video clip over about what Garnett and Paul Pierce was talking about in regards to how like the players today don't have to do a lot of the things that the players from yesterday had to do to become essentially popular and famous. Because like Pierce they got social media, they got teams behind them. You know what I'm saying? Their popularity doesn't have to necessarily come from just basketball anymore. Like they can do things outside of basketball that can cause them to become more popular than they would be off the court than on the court. Because of it, I do think that it's going to be harder to just pinpoint one person as the face of the NBA. I think it's going to be different people at different times, if at all, because everybody's going to have a certain amount of followers on social media, which is going to translate to the popularity of that player. And so I don't know how, as the NBA, will be able to compartmentalize just one player to be that face. I think it's going to be extremely tough for that to happen. I do think there are a lot of great players,
With the us saying like the face of the NBA, do you think it's okay for it to be an international player?
I don't think you have much of a choice. So, for example,
I agree.
If that person becomes the most popular player, then how can you deny him from being popular here in America? Like, is this?
Do you think does that change like the stance of the NBA? Because to me, I think these international players are more skilled than our players coming in. They're younger. They have more of an upside too. You know, you could throw them in different positions. They could do multiple things. They're not coming in as like is this a shooter? Or just a score? You know what I mean? They're coming in as the complete package on offense. I'm not saying any of their defense is totally great, but whose defense is really great? But offensively, they got the total package. They can dribble, they can shoot, they can pass. They know the fundamentals of the offense. They know how to run the offense. Doesn't matter their size or anything. Our players, I don't think they had that IQ of really how basketball is supposed to be played. Because you watch like Luka play, even SGA, they play different.
Right.
And then like even like that guy I sent you earlier, they were saying like he's talking about the next Luka. Even he plays like that. I'm like, damn, man, he's only 18. This is crazy.
Because, all right, so the problem is going to be because this is a quote unquote American sport, right? And so for the face of it to be international, which I personally think I wouldn't have a problem with it if that's the person that they choose to put on the pedestal, then so be it. But I think people would have a problem with a international player being the face of the NBA. Personally, I wouldn't, because the NBA is trash. There's no defense.
Who is AP?
I don't know. But that just came out of left field. I'm gonna just say so true.
Yep.
But I think
I agree with you 100%.
I do. I think like I personally I wouldn't have a problem with it. But again, I don't think that everybody is gonna be that willing to be like, yeah, let's have an international player because it's been an American player for so long. Oh, it's me.
Oh, it's issues.
But
it's me, the issue.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't personally see a problem with it, but you know, people do. So
you think these international players are getting better than our players coming in better?
I think to a certain extent. Because I think Gino Auriemma said it. He said, like, and personally, this is what I always said too in relation to basketball. But he's saying a lot of the kids aren't working on skills and fundamentals. They're working on extra stuff, which is not a knock on them, but they're working on extra things, not necessarily the fundamentals of the game. But what I always said is if they want to be fundamentally sound, watch women play basketball. Like women are, granted, they not like athletic or anything like that, but most of them are fundamentally sound at the game. And they play a different game because their game is below the rim. Yeah, their game is below the rim. So they don't have to rely on athleticism to do things that they need to do. And I think because of, and I think because of the way that the game is going, more people are working on the way that the game is going, just different stuff. They're not necessarily working on just. Because think about it, these jokers got trainers. They play AAU year round. They just literally just playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not really working on quote unquote their fundamentals. They're just playing basketball. And so that part of the game is being left behind. And because of it, the game is suffering a little bit. This is how I look at it. So
that's what it look like. I think they're international players are coming in ready. You know, you can just throw them in. Okay, we're ready. Run your offense, do what we need to do. These other players, you know, they got to find their way in, you know, or you're just going to be a scorer. You know what I mean? It's almost like back when, you know, players had a skill. Your skill is just rebound. You're just going to come in here rebound. That's all you can do. I'm not worried about you getting assists, scoring.
All right, so
we know you're a rebound.
But the NBA shifted that way. I don't like it. Like, to be honest, this shit's bad to me. There's no defense. It's terrible.
Well, that was the question that we asked earlier, which
Yeah,
is,
it's bad.
but I know, but I'm just saying, like, if you could change any of the rules on the defensive side of the ball to help the defense out, what rule would you change to help the defense out?
Fuck, I don't know. They need to change something. I don't know what it is. They need to change something.
No, I'm saying
But
like you can change it. Like you can implement anything that you want for the defensive side of the ball. Like you changing it. So what would you change to make it more competitive? The defense
some more contact towards, like, because they can't have no contact towards the offensive player. Like, you can't do nothing. They could do what they want to do.
right.
So it's like they have there's nothing they could do. They're just there. They're just in the way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I don't like about the NBA. It's just like, I'm not. Don't get me wrong, y'all. I do watch games, but it's just like, damn, like you can't stop nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of annoying to me. It's like, God damn.
And that's my whole point when I say, who do y'all want this dude to play defense on? No one can play defense. No one plays defense. It's just a scoring fest. I don't care who's out there. I mean, you can say this dude is sitting there in front of him, you know, trying. I mean, that's just about the standard you're going to be able to get.
Yeah.
And there's some players don't even try.
I agree.
And that falls on the coach because the coach ain't even enforcing them to play defense.
So it's just like, man, because, you know, we all on the 40s. We ain't never seen people just like
not play.
dropping 70-point games. No, this shit is just, that's what I'm saying. It's like, come on, man. That shit, come on, bro.
I agree.
Like, the best player in the world, Michael Jordan, how many times he scored? Fucking 50. Like, come on, bro. And that nigga had to work for them 50 points.
Right?
Yeah.
That nigga was the only nigga that earned them 50 points. Like, earned them. That nigga went through elbows, punches. He earned them.
He did. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't argue with you on that at all. You're absolutely right. He did. He earned every single one of those 50-point games.
That's what I'm saying. Like, them international players, they're good. I'm not saying that, but they ain't had to do it like Jordan. Luka would have been got punched. Like, punched. He would not be able to do that slow motion shit. They'd have pushed his bitch ass down. Like, stop, nigga. Sit down somewhere. Like, come on, man. That's the stuff I don't like about the hip. I didn't call.
I mean, but essentially,
like, I had to get this out, dog. Like, this shit, like, god damn.
But essentially, what you bringing up is what me and Sean was talking about earlier. Was that
like the other day, the Pistons playing, they ain't getting no calls in the fourth quarter. These niggas fouled the shit out these niggas. Like, come on, man. The refs is bullshit. Like, this is bad.
I mean, to be honest with you, that was all the contact that you need right there in that game. I don't know how much more contact you want is besides people getting tackled and no fouls being called. Like that's the worst thing I've seen.
We could have won the game.
I was watching. Yeah. I know. But then they called.
That was the worst shit I ever seen.
Yeah, but then they called the foul on the very next play in the game for an and one. That's what, like, I lost it. I was like, yo, what just happened? Like, a dude gets tackled, there's no foul call, but the other guy goes straight up with his hand, get a low body bump, and it's an and one. Like, I'm missing something.
Come on, man.
Yo, I watched it. I had no words. There's nothing I can say or do about it. So real quick, before we get out of here, Doc Rivers was able to win the championship with the Bucks. Do you think that changed his legacy as a coach? Guess not.
So, what is his legacy as a coach right now?
Outside of that 08 championship, he's not a good coach. He's not.
So, to me, if they win a championship, it won't be because of him. They gonna lose because of him, though. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna help them win. He can help them lose. If they lose, it's gonna be because of him. If they win, it won't be because of him.
Okay,
that's what I'm trying to say.
I got you. I'm saying exactly what you're saying. He won't be the
guess
cause
what
of
will
the
help
win.
his legacy. I just don't think. I don't know if he's gonna last after this season. So I think if they even win, I don't think he's gonna keep. Because I don't see him as a good coach. I think they see this too now.
Who wanted that
At least
nigga?
I hope.
The
I
Bucks.
don't know.
Giannis
Whoever
wanted the
did, he
nigga.
need to be fired too. He need to be gone too. Then you and Doc can be traded together. Yeah.
But he's a players coach, so I guess the players really like that nigga.
That's a lie.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a lie.
Like
That's
y'all listen to Garnett and them niggas. They be saying they like that nigga.
No, that's a
Know
lie.
what I'm
Because they
saying?
won.
Right,
They
because
won.
they won.
But
They the only team that won a championship with him. No other team has won a championship with him besides that 08 team.
If they would have lost, they would be talking shit about Doc.
Because
Right.
think
It
about it,
would be.
is 2024 now. In 4 more years, it'll be 2028. And it'll be almost 20 years since he won that title.
but
Just put it in perspective. Think about it. It's about to be 2028 in 4 more years. And I don't foresee him winning a title in the next 4 years. So he's still going to be living off that championship in 08.
see them Clippers teams, they should have won some, man.
Yeah.
Again,
See,
They
definitely.
ran into some monsters, bruh. Like they did.
no. They ran
Yeah, they
into
did.
a horrible coach. That's the problem. You
Them
can't sit up there and tell me that out of all those Clippers teams that he coached, that this dude could muster up one NBA Western Conference Finals. Not one.
Chris Paul don't never stay healthy. That was part of the problem.
That's not what I'm
One.
asking you, sir. I'm saying one. Just one Western Conference Finals. He couldn't even get to one.
But you're right.
Oh, no.
Chris
I
Paul
mean,
got
did
hurt every
what
series.
Blake hurt 1 year or two?
Listen,
It seems like
listen to what
someone
I'm
got hurt.
So I'm saying it was like it was always something.
It was him.
Yeah,
It was always something.
even if, I don't know. You got to have CP3 though.
Yeah.
You got to have him.
Okay.
He was in his prime too then. CP3 was in his prime.
Exactly. He was cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
No.
man. He was a dog out there.
Okay, so I had to go to it because I wanted to make sure my numbers was accurate. He coached the Clippers from 2013 to 2020. That's 7 years. He had that Clipper team. I give you 1 years Chris Paul was hurt. I even give you Blake Griffin being hurt one of those 2 years, if not 2 of those years. They probably was hurt at the same time 1 or 2 of those years. But for 7 years, you couldn't make it to a Western Conference Finals. Not one.
But
Man.
in those years, I forgot who the fuck they was playing though.
It shouldn't
Golden
have
State
mattered
and
because
Houston.
It was Houston.
yes, because think about it. From 13, the Golden State won their first championship in 14, right?
Yeah.
So 14, 15, 16.
You
Golden
talking about
State
the
won
James
again.
Harden? Yeah, the James Harden in Houston, right?
Right. James Harden was in Houston
Yeah.
at the time.
Okay.
17, the Golden State Warriors won it again. 18, I forgot who won it in the Western Conference. Then 19, was it? No, it wasn't Golden State. It was Phoenix. Was Phoenix in 19? No, Phoenix 20. Essentially, what I'm saying is he
But
had 7 years.
that era was over when Phoenix made it. Right?
But I'm just saying, he had 7 years to get to the Western Conference Finals one time, and he never made it. One time. That's my whole point.
With a loaded squad.
A
Listen to
loaded
the
squad.
squad.
Yeah, that was deep,
They
man.
had Jamal Crawford, Danny Granger, Blake Griffin, Stephen Jackson, Antoine Jameson, DeAndre Jordan, Chris Paul, JJ Redick, Hedo Turkoglu,
Ooh.
Matt Barnes, Reggie Bullock, and Darren Carlson. Every position you had like a bona fide almost starter.
What year was that?
13.
All right, let me see. Who won the championship in 2013?
I think Golden State, wasn't it?
Nah, I think Golden State was 14. I want to say 14 to 15 was Golden State. I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to think too. I just don't remember them. Like you said, it was like 20 years ago. So let me see. Hold on. Now I'm just messing with you. It was like shit, 2013, 14.
Okay. So Rivers. Hold on, that ain't helping. I was trying to see.
Let me see something.
You said 13. So the Clippers, they got Doc Rivers from the Celtics.
Heat won.
The Heat won.
So who did
That
they?
was
Heat-
LeBron James and them.
They played Dallas
They
in the
beat
finals.
Spurs.
Oh, okay. So they was running this. Yeah, see, that was that time. That was the Heatles in them.
So hold on. So you gonna sit up there and tell me?
Wait a minute.
Oh no. Yeah,
Still
you're
the
right.
Spurs then.
Kawhi. Yeah, you're right. Kawhi and them. Yeah, Tim Duncan, Kawhi.
They
Yeah,
weren't going nowhere anyway.
They wasn't gonna win against them.
Tony Parker.
Yeah, you said enough, my guy. They
But I
wasn't
think
winning.
some years after that, they could have won.
No, they couldn't because Golden State took off after that. Because that was 13. So who won it in 14, Sean?
I think the Spurs did.
Okay, so they wasn't.
Didn't the
They have a
Spurs
chance.
come back and beat them?
Yeah, I know it went.
Yeah, because the
I know
one
it
was
and lost one.
Yeah.
one was the Ray Allen
Right,
because the Spurs should have won back to back. Yeah,
right. So I know they
So
won
they
one and they lost one.
yeah. The Spurs won in 15. I mean 14.
Okay, and so then 15 Golden State won, right?
Yeah,
So that was it right
Golden
there.
State beat Cleveland.
That was it. And so again,
So he never had a chance then, if that's what you're saying.
no, I'm saying he still had 7 years. Like regardless, so we watched them first 3 years because we know what happened in those first 3 years. Tim Duncan retired. After he retired, it wasn't like San Antonio was still that good like they were.
So what was their best year? It was the year with Blake, Maggette.
Every year was good until they got in the playoffs. They're like the top seed.
Wait, I'm thinking about Maggette. What? That wasn't the same team, Maggette.
No.
They had a team, man. So they never had a shot. Spurs was in the way.
No, after the Spurs, it was just Golden State.
Okay,
But
so
after the
listen.
Spurs, Golden State.
So when did
won.
that Clippers team? When did that team start though? They had some good runs though.
So listen,
2013.
they lost.
2013. Okay.
So in 13, they lost in the conference semifinals. 14, they lost in the conference semifinals. 15, they lost in the first round. 16, they lost in the first round. 17, the playoffs. 18, they lost in the first round. 19, they lost in the conference finals. 20, conference finals.
That's the Doc era.
That's all Docky is.
when was Doc on the Magic? Wasn't he on the Magic or some shit?
He was, I think.
That was before that.
No,
they had
before
G.
that.
Hill in them.
Okay. Yeah.
Tracy
That was
McGrady.
way before that. That was back in 99. From 99 to 04, he was the coach of the Magic.
Doc only won one chip with, man.
Yo, if you go look at his Wikipedia page and look at him in the playoffs, it's not pretty. It is not pretty. All you
Because
see
I
is
remember
loss.
Dang.
One championship. Everything else says loss behind it. Yo, I wish I could take a picture of this. This is like out of control.
But he's not a bad coach, man. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know.
What do you mean he's not a bad coach?
He's just, I
What
mean,
do you think happened in Philly?
I think they just got tired of him.
what happened in Philly was injuries.
No, I think they just got tired of him.
Because every year somebody was fucking hurt.
So he lost in the conference finals 1, 2, 3, 4 years. 4 years straight.
You know that. Y'all know that. That in Philly, it was either Embiid, What was it? Harden. One of them was hurt. This is like, fuck. He couldn't catch a break.
Okay, so all years in Philly, they was 49-23. First in the Atlantic. Second year, they was 51-31. They was second in the Atlantic. And then they was 54-28. They was second in the Atlantic. And all 3 of those years, they lost in the conference semifinals.
Because James didn't show up in that game, fucking 7 or whatever the fuck it was. I don't know what the fuck he was doing.
I can't answer that question, but all I can answer is what's on this record. And what's on this record is
Like, I remember this stuff. Like, we all remember the shit. Like, what was James doing? That was the problem.
oh man, this man gonna blame James Harden. Okay, we can go with that.
You can't blame the coach all the time. Sometimes it be the players too, man.
Yeah,
like, the
James
players
can
got to
blame-
show up.
James came
You can't
out
blame the
and showed out
coach
like
all
3
the
games.
time. Yeah. 'Cause-
James. Okay, so going back to your Chris Paul thing, if you know this dude gonna get hurt every year, why did you feel to get a backup point guard for him?
No, that's what Phoenix should have had did too. Shit.
That's what
Phoenix
we said
needs-
earlier.
Yep,
Yeah.
they need a point
gonna be
guard.
their
If they
downfall,
get a
man.
point guard, it's over with. They need a pure point guard. That's why they losing these games because they don't have a point guard.
What I don't
You
like
know
about
what's-
Phoenix though, Phoenix is just shoots way too many jump shots. It's just like, god damn. Like, it's just too many jump shots. They gotta figure out a way to get close to the hole or something.
Right.
I was like,
They're
God
players
damn.
to the hole. They don't have
Yeah,
no
it's-
players like that like to attack the basket.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's just like the same thing. Like, somebody's gonna take a jump shot. It's like, God, that's not gonna win no series. It's not. So I don't have confidence in them. I really don't.
So real
Yeah.
quick, what matchup in the West do you want to see for the Western Conference Finals?
I have to. Yeah, I heard y'all say that. The Phoenix
Okay.
and Clippers would be a good one. Yeah,
That was
but
that's gonna be a great one. If that can
that's
happen,
the best series. Yeah,
that would be the best series if that happened.
yeah. I mean, there's no other series. I mean, I think Minnesota and I like Minnesota and Denver when they play. For whatever reason, I don't know why I like that. Miami's that dark horse deal.
Yeah.
The East is, I don't think it's competitive, really. I mean, this is Boston and Milwaukee, really. Miami's that dark horse, though. The Knicks, I don't trust because of playoff time. It's just like, yeah, that's it. I mean, Philly, I mean, if Embiid was playing, I would have a little more faith in Philly. Yeah. The East is terrible. That's just like bad. The East is bad. That's why Boston on top. Fuck Boston.
I know. Thank you.
Everybody
Appreciate it.
hurt.
Yeah.
So is Boston?
I always hated Boston, though. I hate Boston. Like, I can't stand them motherfuckers. Them white boys. Fuck them.
Anybody else? You want to say something too? Let me know so I can tell them for you.
That's a white boy team. Fuck Boston.
Hey man, don't get mad at us.
See, I got to bring the energy in this. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a cuss and say nigga. You know what I'm saying?
We know that. we know what
Turn
you
this
do, my
motherfucker
guy.
up. I've been watching too much. Fucking what's it called with them Cam and them? Some niggas be going off. They be having me laughing. Cam and Mace.
Dude, they some fools.
Oh man, but go ahead.
That is it, ladies and gentlemen. We are complete. Another show in the books. You guys go out there and enjoy
All right,
your day,
fellas.
or your evening. We will be back next Tuesday. Hopefully, we can get a special guest on. I'm trying to find something out real quick, but we'll see.
All right. Let me know.
All right,
OKC playing Houston right now.
I'm about to go tune in
SJ
right
already
now.
got 10.
Goodness gracious, this guy here. He's going to be a problem in the playoffs. I just want you to know. He is going to be a problem.
Them young boys ain't playing, man.
Yo, he's going to be
Sure ain't.
problem. So they're number
Can't wait
2.
to see him.
So they would
Yeah.
play right now. If it matched up, they would play the Mavericks. No, I'm sorry, they would, Sacramento. If they was
I told y'all earlier this year, I said Sacramento gonna fall off. Remember that?